Frankie Muniz from Malcolm in the Middle. I'm very happy to be here. I'm kidding. I'm Matthew Gubler from Criminal Minds and some other things. I am joining you live via the internet to answer some questions. I've never done this before. I'm kind of terrified. How do I do this? What do I do, Vernon? I press... Oh, hey. All right. Let's see. All right. First question. Lady Becky asks, if you could have a superpower, what would it be? It's a very good question. If I could have a superpower, I think it would be the ability to record my dreams and play them back on VHS tape. Right? What do you think? All right. That's it. I don't know. That's all I got. I wish I could see. This is a very bizarre situation because I can't see anybody, so I feel like I'm just telling terrible jokes to nobody. I hope somebody's laughing somewhere on the internet. Maybe it's probably my aunt or my mom, but I'll take it. Denise, D-E-N-I-S-S-E. Is that the way you always spell Denise? I think it might be. Denise asks, what is the weirdest thing that happened while you were doing an episode? Good question, Denise. The weirdest thing that's ever happened to me while I was doing an episode, I don't know. That's a good question. I guess, I know, there's been a lot of pranks. You're right. There's been a lot of pranks, but that's not necessarily the weirdest thing. I'll tell you a weird thing that happened to me yesterday. We were sitting on the jet. We film in this jet quite frequently, which, believe it or not, is not a real jet. It's sort of like a phone booth with like 3 walls that move, so it looks like a real jet. But I was sitting on this perch, and all of a sudden during a take, something like, it felt like a cobra bit my thigh, and I thought Shamar was pinching me, and I looked down, and it was actually this like metal rusted thing that had fallen off the perch, had like pierced my pants and cut me, and I was mortified that I needed a tetanus shot. But then I remembered that I'm immortal, so I don't need a tetanus shot. And now, lockjaw. I gotta go. That was the stupidest joke of all time. And you know what I realized? I love that nobody's here to stop me or talk to me because I can just ramble. Is this thing even is it recording? Is it going right now? It is. All right, next question. Laura, L-A-U-R-A, my sister's name. This might be my sister. Laura asks, what are your guilty pleasures? That's weird. You know, this sounds kind of pretentious, but I've never believed in the word guilty pleasure because I feel like if you like something, you like it. So I've never been ashamed of anything I've liked. I don't know. So guilty pleasures, I think normally that's a term used to like describe like, oh, I like watching Saturday morning cartoons, which I do like watching Saturday morning cartoons. I don't know. I've never had a guilty pleasure. I like full-heartedly, with all my heart, anything that I enjoy. I guess... yeah, I guess that's my answer to that. I can leave it at that, right? I like what I like. I encourage you to do the same. Don't feel guilty if you like something. I don't know. I'm gonna take the next question. So many people have tuned out at this point, Vernon. So many people have been like, I missed a meeting to watch this guy do this on the interweb. Findley, F-I-N-D-L-A-Y asks, did you pull any April Fool's Day pranks this year? Findley, here's my thing. There's one thing I love. There's one guilty pleasure I have. I'm kidding. I love pranking people. But this is the year that I realized April Fool's kind of screws you up because people expect it and they know it. So I'm going for April 4th is my new April Fool's. And I'm going to pull some pranks then. I did a recent one. I did what I think might have been one of my finest pranks of all time, which was last April Fool's. I played a great trick on Shamar Moore from the TV show that I'm on. I essentially created a fake, he has a clothing line called Baby Girl. And he's always talking about it. It's sort of like what he does on set is just continually talks about this. So I thought my brother and I created a fictional website saying that Chris Brown had created this really revolutionary clothing line called Baby Lady, and it was the exact same font as Baby Girl. Like we went to great. I mean, it took us like 4 days to really do this, and we bought like a domain and put it all up. Then tweeted it to some people at work anonymously, who then spread the rumors, and it got back to Shamar. He freaked out. He spent a good 2 days, maybe it might have been just one day, freaking out about Chris Brown creating this company, ripping him off. He was tweeting like, "You ripping me off, dog?" And then I think he realized it was an April Fool's prank, but he had no idea who did it for about a year until I revealed it on live TV a couple of weeks ago, right? On The View or The Talk? The Talk View? The View, the Vyoc. The Vyoc. It's the combination. The Talk. Great show. Anyway, moving on. Lucia, Lucia asks, what are some things on your bucket list? Live video chats are on my bucket list. Cross that out, I can die now. After this is done, of course. Hopefully not dirt. I'm back. I died momentarily, now I'm back. Bucket list, I don't know. Every moment of every day is on my bucket list. I'd like to, I don't know, just keep on doing what I'm doing. Moving on. Nikki asks, you said you were bullied at school. How did you stay true to yourself and your personality? I'm the biggest fan, this is gonna sound crazy, but I'll rant here because no one can stop me. There's a lot of like stuff right now to like stop bullying. I was bullied immensely, and I thank from the bottom of my heart every bully, every person that ever gave me adversity, everyone that ever told me I was a weirdo or a loser or not good at anything, because that, for whatever reason, inspired I guess a fire inside of me that propelled me, I think, to be in this very comfortable chair, in this very comfortable lot, with these, no one's here but me. It's me in a bucket and a broom with a mop. Anyway, I thank the bullies for bullying me, because I don't know, I like a good challenge, I like perseverance, and anyone that's bullied in school, just know that you will have the last laugh. And you know, I don't know, I guess that's all I have to say about that. Kalyn K-A-L-Y-N asks, if you had a choice to play another character on Criminal Minds for a day, who would you choose and why? It's a good question. I'd want to play one of the bad guys, for sure, one of the unsubs. I feel like they kind of have the most fun roles, in a sense. Not that our roles aren't fun, but they have this sort of insane roles, which I would love to play. I'd love to play a bad guy at some point. Let's see. Haiti, am I saying any of these right? I don't even know. Hattie asks, what made you want to become an actor? You know, I don't know. I grew up in Las Vegas, Nevada, where I was born. My parents were born there. My family goes really far back, and I feel like, for whatever reason, entertainment was sort of woven into my bloodstream. And from my earliest age, all I ever wanted to do was entertain people. And I don't know. I loved telling jokes as a kid, and I wanted to be a comedian, and then I wanted to be a magician at age 5. And then I found filmmaking, which I realized was kind of the best of all worlds, because it was like doing a very complicated magic trick, but I also got to like put myself in my own movies, so I loved that, and I've just always loved entertaining people. So I guess since I was an embryo, probably, I loved it. Emily asks, Emily, that was a joke. Emily asks, what is the best part of playing Reed? Everything. I really like Reed. I like playing him. I like getting to portray a smart character, not as like a nerd, if that makes any sense. I feel like a lot of times, or at least the show's been on so long that now I speak like a real sage and wise person. I feel like 10 or 9 years ago when the show began, nerds were always like, "Oh, excuse me, I'd like to have a little thing over here, please. I have a protract." And my effort in the beginning was to play a smart character non-stereotypically, and I feel like I've done that. So I like that, and I like his muscles. I mean, who doesn't like his muscles? Just kidding, he has no muscles. Anna asks, or Anna, A-N-A? I'm just clearly illiterate. I'm gonna have a sip of coffee. I mean bourbon. Just kidding, it's coffee. Do you think you and Reed would be friends in real life? I would absolutely be friends with him. I feel like we would be great friends, and I feel like I am friends with him. I don't know what he would do. You know, we would probably go to the Museum of Jurassic Technology in Los Angeles. It's a very unique museum that, look it up, the Museum of Jurassic Technology. It's not what it sounds like. It has nothing to do with dinosaurs. It's a sort of an odd place for odd fellows. Next question is Tiffany. She asks, if you could give Dr. Reed any talent, what would it be? I would like to be able... I have a question for you guys at home. I like to play this game on set. Ask yourself, if you could have the decision between hovering 1 foot off the ground, so you can't really fly, but you can kind of hover like Slimer from Ghostbusters, just 1 foot off the ground, that's one option. Fly around, kind of float. Or you can close your eyes and transport anywhere in the world and be there in a second, but when you transport to this place, you have to give, like, you have to help deliver a baby on the operating table. So it's kind of an inconvenience. Like you want to go to Japan, bam, you're in Japan, but you have to deliver a baby for like an hour, and then you can do some Japanese stuff, and then you come back. So that's my question to you. You can hover, you can float. You would do number 2? Yeah, hey, it's a little bit of a thing, but you probably get good at delivering babies. Anyway, I think Reed would want to do that too. Flying anywhere in the world. Rosie asks, do you have a favorite Reed scene? Question mark. I like Angry Reed, smiley face emoticon. I really like all Reed scenes. I like Angry Reed too. I like when Reed gets mad, it's sort of like passive aggressively mad, which I think is kind of funny. So I don't know. I like the good Reed rants, the speed read, I call it, when he's like lethargic, blah blah, whatever. I like any time that Reed gets to like say some stuff quickly in a row and make Hotch go like, look at the one eyebrow, like, is this pretty good? And like Shamar's like, and Joe's like, Anyway, moving on. Priya asks, you guys are the best fans in the world, by the way. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I heard there was an overwhelming, I'm taking a tangent right now from Priya's question. I love you guys with all my heart. I thank the 7 of you that are watching this right now for being here. I love you, and thank you for these great questions. Priya asks, with such dark content, how do you compartmentalize your work from personal life? That's a good question. It's hard. In the first 5 years of the show, that was sort of like the big challenge was, yeah, because you're like looking at sad, horrible things all the time and not letting it like haunt your dreams and nightmares. It was an issue. I've gotten over it. We play a lot of jokes. We have a lot of fun. We talk about whether we'd rather float a foot off the ground or transport to Japan to deliver babies. We have a great time, honestly. And then the rest of it is great as well. I don't know if I even answered that question just now. Did I? Yeah, sure did, Goo. Oh, thanks. Okay. Anyway, something just happened with my screen where this thing became gigantic. Oh, wait. Stella asks, this is amazing because can I show this? This is how big the question, these are like normal questions, like, oh, there's Priya and Rosie. Stella, in all caps, says, what are 3 things fans wouldn't expect from or about, what are 3 things fans wouldn't expect from or about you? 3 things fans wouldn't expect from or about you. I don't know what that means. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say, is it like 3 things people don't know about me? I'm a great skateboarder. People don't know that. Oh, I'm a great jump roper. Thank you, Vernon. He was prompting me with my memory in this. And a third thing, I can float 1 foot above the ground, like Slimer from Ghostbusters. Anyway, I've got 2. I'll think of a third one. If I do, I'll come back to you guys. Caitlin asks, what's something y'all do for fun on set? We tell a lot of stories. When we're sitting in like the jet, or especially scenes that all 7 of us are in, or 6 of us, if Kirsten's on a video monitor, we tell a lot of funny stories. We, I don't know, we have a lot of fun. We have too much fun. We have like so much fun, I think it should be illegal.